Hey everybody, welcome to the, what are we at now? Number 14? Yeah, Christmas Challenge number 3, December 2020. So, we're going to go through all this again, but we're going to use a different product. We're going to use a couple cool things to show you guys. First of all, if you can hear me and see my screen, should see Google on the screen right now, just give me a 1 in the chat box. Everybody good? My microphone working okay? Right on. We got a 1. Good. Yeah, and I apologize for the late update. I have no excuse. I forgot to update the forums there, so I literally just, you guys are quick because I just went in there and put that on there now. So I'm glad that you guys saw that and got in there because I forgot. I don't have any excuse, so I'm not going to make one. I apologize, but we're good to go. We're ready. We're ready to rock and roll. How's your sales been going so far? Everybody good? Making some money? I'll pull this over for a sec. So this, it's going really well over here. We're December, I forgot how good December was, honestly. It's just amazing. I'm about to cross the 7-figure mark with GearBubble. Very, very happy with that. Yesterday, I did over 5,000 revenue. Today, I'm going to try and beat that. I'm going to shoot for like 6 or 7, maybe even 10 today. I don't know how aggressive I'm going to be. But I'm going to show you guys how I'm doing it, what I'm doing. I'm selling a lot of necklaces. Like, that's my bread and butter. So I figured this one, I'm actually going to teach you guys necklaces because why not, right? So what we're going to do, I've got a whole bunch of niches that we can get into. I got my best ones, but there's one that I've been avoiding, and I don't know why. I think just because things have been going so well with my other niches, I never got into it. So I want to get into this one now because there's a ton of money to be made. So I'm going to show you this. Let's go here to an incognito, just so I can go to the GearBubble like main page. I'm going to show you the niche that I want to do. So search, where's the categories? Nope, shop, top sellers. So I've done dog stuff, I've done daughter, I've done wife, I've done virtually everything on here. And it works very well. Daughter-in-law is another one that works very well. Good niche to be in. A lot of dog stuff when you go to this page on GearBubble. But here's the one that I've kind of been avoiding, and I don't know why. So I think I'm going to do dad to daughter for this because I see so many guys making a lot of money with this, and people aren't really into it. So the niche that I've chosen, it's going to be round necklaces on GearBubble, and it's going to be dad to son. And I think I kind of haven't been doing it because I don't have a son, so I don't really know what to say. I kind of know what to say, but dad to daughter is easier for me because I have 5 daughters. But I've done that before, so I want to do something different, and I want to challenge myself. So I want to get into like a new niche with you guys. So we're going to do GearBubble round necklaces, and it's going to be dad to son. Okay, everybody cool with that? We all good? I don't know if I can almost guarantee that everybody in here hasn't done this yet. So now this guy did some other versions too: son to dad, daddy to daughter, dad to daughter, papa, all that stuff. We're gonna focus on one to keep it very simple. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. So we got to do some research. I love research a lot. it's very fun because we get to do our sheet. So today, what we're gonna do is kind of our research, and then I think we'll put an order in for some necklaces in this niche just to see. But actually, I have some, so I'm going to show you how to put the thing. No, we'll probably do some new. I don't know. Let's just kind of go. Let's get started. So we're going to research dad to son. We're going to get going with this. So let's go here and let's start our sheet. Step 1, we need our online database. So we're going to, I don't know why it keeps doing this. There. Goes to the wrong one. But anyway, new one, and then we'll call this Number 14. Can't believe we've done 14 of these. Christmas challenge. Oops. This is like number 3 because we, as you saw, it's prime time of the year. And then we'll go image. We'll go quote. And we'll go status. Oh no, let's go URL. Status and then notes. There we go. Image, quote, URL, status, notes, and then we'll go bold, and we'll change the color to white, and we'll change the background to black. There. Now we're ready to go. Now, let's go find some. So let's start with Google. Let's go like this. The easiest way is go to my son, and we'll see a bunch of rabbit holes that we can go down. So up here, these are Google shopping ads for these. But if this is number 1, it's number 1 for a reason. So let's open this up. And let's go to Etsy and let's see what it says. So here we go. We got to my son. I want you to believe deep in your heart you're capable of achieving anything you put your mind to. That you will never that you will never lose. You will either win or lose, win or learn. Oh, okay. Just go for and aim for the skies. I can't promise to be here for the rest of your life, but I can promise to be here for the rest of mine. Oh, holy cow, that's a mouthful. And does it have sales? So let's look at reviews for this product. Don't really see any. Man, that is a mouthful. Crazy. But whatever, let's take a pick. Because we might be able to chop this up into like something a little. Now this is Love Mom. So one thing that I've said before, right, on Etsy, you got to do Love Mom because the bulk of the buyers on Etsy are female. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the way it works. So let's go new folder. Going for Christmas challenge 2020. Okay. So let's go a new folder in here and let's go research. And then we'll just save that one. We'll minimize that. We'll go back to our sheet. Here we're going to plug this in. And I think, like I said, pretty sure we can get a bunch out of this. Let's go image and cell. Let's go browse. And D drive. Challenges. 14 research. There. Pop that in. Make it a little bigger. So we can read it. Let's go really big. So this is kind of a jumbled mishmash of multiple quotes. So it starts with, okay, so to my son, I want you to believe you are capable of anything you put your mind to. I will always have your back. Love, Dad. So what I did for that one is I just took part of it and then I put the other part myself. So what I'm finding is because I've been training people for so long in how to do the greeting card style, they're literally just copying everybody and they're not putting any of their own unique spin on anything. So like I'm talking quotes. They're just like finding a quote that worked. Okay, I'll sell the exact same thing with a different design. That's okay, but be a little bit creative. Just add your own little flair to it. If you have a son, or if you know a son, if you know a man, say, hey, ask them like what is the nicest thing your dad could say to you? Like ask them that and write it down, and then put that on a nice little pendant for them, because we're not going to do the heart pendants because I think that's a little too feminine for this niche, but they're nice. I use them a lot for the daughter one. We're going to use the round ones because I think they work well, and I mean they're selling. So ask men what they would want to hear from their dad. And I think a lot of men would want to hear the words like proud, I have your back, you can do anything. like that kind of thing, like boosting them up. I know me personally, my dad died when I was young. My father-in-law died like recently, and I know the best thing he ever said to me was, "Hey, I'm proud of you. You did it." And I'm like, holy shit, that like I didn't think it would matter to me, but now that they're gone, if I had something to remember them by where they said that to me, I think that would mean a lot to me. So if we can do that for other people, let's do it, right? So as a man and as a son, even though my dad and my father-in-law are gone now, I know that what I would want to hear, and that's what I would put onto something like this. So yes, we're going to go through the steps and we're going to try and get inspired, but we're not just going to be Xerox machines here. We're not just going to say, all right, well, this one had all this on it, so that's exactly what I'm going to put on it. Mix it up, mix and match, take pieces out of each one that we're going to get here, and then create your own quotes and test them, and then they'll work. So let's grab the URL here before I forget. Go back here, put it in. So we got to do paste special and values only, and status on this one is pending. Now we could do another one off this too, because it said put your mind to believe in your heart that, oh, I see, it's like what you should believe. I want you to believe deep in your heart you're capable, that you will never lose. You either win or learn, and then just go for it. Aim for the skies. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to get out of this one. But let's go back here. Let's look at this one. I just want to see what like the quotes say. So this has 226 ratings. What does it say? To my son, wherever. Oh, there we go. Wherever your journey in life may take you, I pray you'll always be safe. Enjoy the ride and never forget your way back home. I'm always ooh, I like it. Okay. All right. That's cool. So let me see if I can remember how it goes. Yep. So if I hit Control Alt X, I can pull up my my Snagit screenshot thing without having to click off the screen. All right, I like that. Like it. Okay, this is something we can definitely work with. Save it in there. And let's plug this into our sheet. Oops, right here. Insert image and cell. Rounds. All right. That. Okay, so to my son, wherever your journey in life may take you, I pray you'll always be safe. Enjoy the ride. Never forget your way back home. I love you. Love that. So I could maybe, you know what? This never forget your way back home. With this part. I'm always here for you. That's better. Okay. So I just chopped it up a little bit. So to my son, wherever your journey in life may take you, may take you. I pray you'll always be safe. Enjoy the ride. I'm always here for you. I love you. Love Dad. Okay. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's grab that URL. That's an Amazon one. And so the brand, I think, has 226 ratings, but if we scroll down, there's probably not even any reviews for it. Oh, there's more down here too that we can look at. We're just looking for ideas. Do the compasses actually work properly? Huh. Okay. This spot for a Christmas gift. Hope it works. Nice case. Keepsake. Bought it for a hunter. Why'd they give him 1 star then? Beautiful. My son loves it. Happy with the purchase. Sent out quickly. Order kind of late. Got before Christmas. Okay, that's good. Yeah, we're going to look at some related stuff here too in a second. But let's grab this URL for future reference. Oops, let's get rid of that one. There. Special. Oh, there's one. There we go. Then status. Oh, you know what? Let's freeze this top row. So click the row and go view, freeze, one row. There, that's easier. Then we do put the URL in the wrong one. Nice work. There we go. And then status will be pending. And then notes don't really have any, but I think I'm gonna get some more ideas here. So let's just customers who viewed this item also viewed these. So let's open that one up. So, oh, so I'm guessing it's popular since these Amazon guys are copying each other like champs, because that's the same one. Let's see what this one says. Yeah, yep. So yeah, these guys are just cannibalizing each other. That's what I mean, like, so we've got a whole bunch of different brands that are selling this, and they probably did the research, right? And they're like, oh, well, that one's selling, so I'm going to create an identical one to it. Well, why not mix it up? Like, mix up what it says. Like, add your own unique stuff, or just change some wording, change something, so it's a little bit different. Because otherwise, on Amazon, they're just going to compete on price, and it's a race to the bottom. So we don't want to be that way. Here's another one. What other customers do? What other items customers buy after viewing this item? Oh, okay. So this one, it's the same. Man, we need some originality. What's this? Is a different one, I think. Look at that. Look at that. You know where they got that? Or did Etsy get it off here? Like, see what I mean? We're seeing so much of the same. We got to have, like, the creativity is lost, and I don't know why. So this is one. What's this got for ratings? 21. All right, I'm gonna plug this in. I've said this before, but it's not my favorite quote because it seems kind of condescending to me. Like, it's kind of like you're saying, "Hey, dummy, you're not that dumb. You're smart. You're not. You seem like a wimp, but you're not." Like, I'm gonna put it in, but I'm probably not gonna use this one. But I don't know. We're researching, so it doesn't matter. Oops. Let's save it first. Forgot to save it. File, save as. There. Save. Good. And then, yeah, so you could, there's just a comment here, you could absolutely do this son to, or love mom. You can do that. 100% you can do that. This one is love mom. Nothing wrong with that. I'm going to stick to love dad for mine. Only because historically, and maybe it's different for this one, so it's worth a shot. But I'm finding that the males will buy it more, but maybe the females will buy it for their son. I don't know. So it's worth a test. I'm just going to stick with one niche and one direction for the whole challenge. But you're absolutely free to experiment, of course, right? So I'm putting this in because I don't like the quote. I'm putting it in here on purpose, and I'm going to test it on purpose. Because my personal opinion, my personal thoughts on this quote don't matter. I see this quote everywhere. That means it's selling. So I have to remove myself from the equation and just go with the data. So I'm going to put some money into it. I'm going to test it, and then I'm going to see if it sells. And you know what? Usually whenever I get this feeling where I look at a quote and I'm like, ugh, that's awful. The thing friggin' sells. So this is why I'm putting it in here with the caveat that I do not like this quote. And I think it'll sell. So always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. We've all seen this one a million times. I can put love dad, but like I said, do love mom if you want. I'm not gonna go with every single option because we'd be here for years and years, but doesn't stop you guys from doing it. So status is pending. Okay, there. And for notes, I'm going to put a note here. I'm going to say this. I do not like this quote, which is why I'm going to test it. And I want that to kind of be something that you guys, if you don't take anything else away from this training, take that away. I do not like that quote. That's why I'm going to test it. Because my opinion doesn't freaking matter. What matters is the buyer. And if the buyer likes it, I'm happy. If it puts money in my pocket, cool. Man, there's a lot of like pocket watches and everything. So somebody probably did a course on personalized wallets and watches and all that stuff. Which is fine. But I mean, man, they could just do some originality. It helps so much. Being unique and first to market, like, kicks butt. So what's this say? To my son, never forget that I love you, love mom. I hope you believe in yourself as much as I believe in you. All right, that's cool. Well, yeah, sure, why not? Actually, that's pretty good. So let's take that and let's do a save as. It's round too, so that's a good start because we're going to be doing little necklaces. And like, do boys wear these? I don't know. I don't wear jewelry, but I know I would keep it as a keepsake if I got one. Like, stick it on my wall or something, or hang it off my my dresser. I don't know. I wouldn't wear it, but again, just because I wouldn't doesn't mean other guys won't. To my son, so I can do this. Never forget that I love you. I hope, yeah, this is good. I hope you believe in yourself as much as I believe in you. I love you, love dad. That's good. Actually, that's decent. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so let's go here. Grab that one. Oops. Wait, this. That's the right one. Here, special values status. Nope, none. Okay. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's keep going. So let's get out of the Amazon thing here for a sec, and let's go to Etsy. And when I type into my son, I'm probably going to get a lot of love mom, which is fine. Let's just scan for some bestsellers. Ooh, yep, bingo, bestseller. Okay, so let's go here. Now, beautiful, lovely gift for my hubby to give to our son later on in life. Ooh, okay. So, oh, that's, okay, here we go. Now, usually, you would think that she would comment like, oh, do you have love mom too? Because I'd like to get that. But I guess that the woman, oh, there's more down here too. The female will actually buy for, you know, the husband to give, which is interesting. Let's take a little screenshot of that guy. That's actually a very cool design too. So this is something, if you like the design, that you take a screenshot, and then when you order your designs, you can say, hey, can you do one like this? So actually, I'll show you that. So let's go here, boop, insert, image Excel. Wait, did I save it? I don't think I saved it. Save. Now it should be right there, good. And this is one I've seen quite a bit of too, but I like it. And again, me liking it doesn't matter. It's not the primary thing here. But to my son, when life tries to knock you down, this woman will, oh, if I could type, will always have your back. I'm gonna put this, I love you, because dads don't say that enough to their sons, I guess. I don't know, I wouldn't know, but a herd. Let's go here. Let's take this. Copy. A special. Doot. Pending. And for notes, I'm going to put love this design and quote. I do. I love that. I think it's very simple. I love the lion and the cub. It could be a wolf and a cub. It could be a bear and a little cub. It could be any animal and their little cub, but the lion makes sense, right? Because this old lion will always have your back, so very cool. This is probably one that I'm going to get done up first because I like it. All right, let's go back here. Actually, let's scroll down. So again, to my son, never forget I love you forever. Okay, I hope you believe in yourself as much as I believe in you. So see, you start to see a lot of the same stuff pop up all over the place. This could sell out soon. Lies. Come on, Etsy, I'm not that dumb. So let's go back and scan for more bestsellers. There's these blankets too, so I'm just gonna open this up. I don't know if this one's sold or not, but these things, can I click it? Yeah. So to my son, sometimes it's hard to find words to tell you how much you mean to me. If I had to choose between loving you and breathing, I would use my last breath to say I love you. That's weird. I will always be there to love you, and I will always be there to support you. You will always be my baby boy. Okay, that's kind of mushy, but wrap yourself up in this and consider it a big hug, love, mom. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. We could pluck some stuff out from here. So let's just do a little screenshot, see what we can get. Kind of weird, in my opinion, but again, I'm going to purposely put it in my database because I think it's kind of weird and off. Not something I would do, but that means I have to at least throw it in here. Image, browse, there. And then from this, let's make that bigger. Okay, so at least there we go. Okay, so to my son. It's hard to find words to tell you how much you mean to me. I'll always be there to love you. Okay, let's try this. I will always be there to love and support you. I don't know. I'm not sold on it, but like I said, maybe that's why I should do it, because I'm not sold on it. So it's hard to train your brain to like accept stuff that you're not a fan of, because you think, no, well, I wouldn't buy that, so I'm not going to bother. So yeah, I'm not a fan, but I'm going to put it in there anyway. Let's keep going through. Here's another one. Again, like, I think that's the same one we saw, right? Reviews for this item 4, so it is working. We should probably change up text ourselves. Here's a bracelet. Never forget I love you. I hope you believe in yourself as much as I believe in you. Yeah, this is very like generic stuff, but let's see if it's got any sales. It's got 4. 4 came in a nice box. Both my sons loved them. Okay. All right, well, good enough for me. Let's go there. And yeah, to anybody who has an Etsy store, do this, but put Love Mom and put it on Etsy. Because if you try the Love Dad on Etsy, it's never worked for me. I tried it. So all my dad to daughter stuff, it never worked because the buyers weren't there. Let's open that. I don't know if you guys find the same thing. Yeah, like you could also, you're right. You could test both. You could do Love Mom, Love Dad, and you could test them and see which one does better. Absolutely. That's the beauty of this. There are no limits as to what you could do. Never forget that I love you. I don't like the believe in yourself thing, so I'm going to change that. I am so proud of the man you are and the man you're going to be. That's better. See, when I look at that, I'm like, okay, cool. That's what I think any son, speaking as man, would probably want to hear that from their dad. Like, I'm proud of the man you are, and I'm proud of the man you're going to be. Meaning, you're like still growing, but it's all good so far, I guess. I don't know. Pay special values there. Status. Notes. Like this quote. There we go. And what are we at? We're at number 8, so we need a couple more. And then I'll actually put an order in on Fiverr for one of these babies. So where were we here? Let's scroll down. A lot of wallets, bracelets, t-shirts. Let's go back to the main page, scan for some more bestsellers. Oh, here's a wallet, okay. Now, does this say the same stuff? I want you to believe, well, wait, enter reviews, no reviews for that one. I want you to believe deep in your heart that you're capable of achieving anything you put your mind to. Yeah, see, that's an old one. We've already kind of covered that one. Let's try this keychain. The keychain? To our son Luke, we promise you we will always be in one of 3 places. In front of you to cheer you on, behind you to have your back, or next to you so you're never alone. Oh, okay. Well, that's an interesting thing. We could work with that. The personalized thing, can't do, but we don't really need to do it. And actually, if I just saw that, let me go back. The reviews, it's got 27 for that item. So, yeah. All right, I like this one. So when you're on here, so if we go, let's assume 10% do a review of the buyers. So there's 27 reviews for this. So 27 divided by 0.1, 10%, 270. That's what I'd estimate this sales at. Could be more, could be less, but it's a good indicator. Image and sell, browse, Duke. Good quote too. So that should work well. Go down, oops. There we go. All right, so to my son. We promise you will always be. I will always be in one. Well, let's go to this. Did they? Oh no, they typed it. One of 3 places in front of you to cheer you on, behind you to have your back, or next to you so you're never alone. There we go. Perfect. And that one is selling the Love Bum version on Etsy, which is a good sign. That's a good one. All right, so I'm going to put that estimated 270 sales on Etsy. There we go. And let's do one more, and then we'll put an order in. And I apologize, I got my dog here protecting from the big bad delivery driver who just dropped something off. Now I got both dogs on nuts. Sorry about that. Can you tell which one's the big dog and which one's the little dog? Oh, is he standing there? Sorry. Okay, just 1 second. It's funny because I have a sign on my window that says, just leave the package here. And I'm on a webinar and they still ring the doorbell. Like, I just want to go out there and like smack them in the head. Not cool. All right, anyway, where was I? Complaining about a delivery guy. Okay, one more and then we'll go and we'll buy one. So we're still on Etsy, eh? Okay. That's mum. Pocket watch. Just looking for more bestsellers. Oh, did my audio? My audio is still good. Okay. Let's go back to Google. See what we can do. Sun poems and ideas. Etsy. Quotes. Okay, so to my son. Let's go like this. Necklace. Let's see what comes up. And it is interesting because oh, here we go. Images, dog tag. Yeah, we got dog tag. Let's do that. There's one. That's Etsy. That's Amazon. Well, that it looks like something. Caught my eye. To my son, I don't say it out of habit or to make conversation. I say it to remind you that you're the best thing that ever happened to me. I love you. Weird design, but oh, they got a lot of sun ones. Okay. All right. Related. AliExpress. So one other thing too, if you ever see these on AliExpress, it's because somebody just found one and they decided to launch it over here. So it's hit or miss whether it's actually going to sell or not. But to my son, never forget I love you. Life's filled with hard times and good times. Learn from everything you can. Be the man. I know you can be. Love, Dad. That's actually workable. So maybe some advice thing. I don't know. Let's just take a screenshot of that. Not the best one, but I think I can do something with it. Let's go back here. Let's insert this one. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit. And say this to my son. Life is filled with both good and bad times. Learn from everything. Enjoy the ride. And know there, some like dad advice kind of. Where'd that one go? There. Oh, it's a Google image, so well, I could click through to it. It's on AliExpress. So you might be thinking, oh my god, it's on AliExpress for $1. I can't possibly sell it. Well, yeah, you can. Because nobody's going here to AliExpress to buy a sun-like necklace. Unless they're a very sophisticated buyer. And if they are, more power to them. But we got a lot of people that won't do that. So I just took it and kind of changed it a little bit. So that's a good start. For you guys, I would get like, 50 of these. I could spend all day doing this. I actually quite enjoy this. As I've said before, it's fun for me to do these. Which one did I say was my favorite? This one. Okay. So now I'm going to get a design made up based on this one. So I'm just going to go copy, and I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to Fiverr. So we did some research, found what we like, and now we're actually going to get some designs made. And right on my, if you're looking for ones to do, type in GearBubble. And round ones are nice because we can use them on really any platform. Create a necklace, pendant, dog tag, jewelry. Never use this one for shine on. Use this one. Haven't really used this guy. Oh yeah, I have. I've used him. Mr. Gum. I don't know what that is. Just kind of looking for any that stick out to me. Springer one. Okay, well, I wonder why it's an ad. Really? If you're running ads, that's interesting. Let's look at this one. I believe I could. So, well, that's actually interesting. Powerful, compassionate, graceful. Thought I rescued my dog, but it turns out my dog rescued me. See, that won't sell. Sorry. That's good for a t-shirt or a coffee mug, but it won't sell on a necklace. God loves you more than anything. Okay, well, I do like to try some new designers once in a while, just in case my main ones drop off. So I'm going to give this guy a 1 day. That's cool. All right. Plus, my other one is loaded up with designs for me right now. So you're going to see from start to finish. So check out. I'm not too picky on designers. I do like to go through and kind of glance at what they do. And then if I even get an inkling that they could do what I want, I'll give them a test. And if they do what I want, then I'll go back for repeat business. What's your target audience? Dads buying a gift for their son. I'm not sure why you need to know that. Should I place some text on my design? Yep. Interesting. Let's say this. I need a round design done. I like the style of the one attached. Thanks. Let's see what this guy can do. So now I'm going to attach that image that I like. So I said the style of the one attached. I'll say this, but be as creative as you want with it. There. Now, if this guy were smart, or girl, they would really put some time and effort into this, because repeat customers here are probably very important to them. Should I place some text on the design? Yep. I need a round design done. 1,000 by, since this is a new one. It's fine. Okay, done. So then check your spelling, because if we have an error here, that's not good. And I'm the king of typos. So to my son, when life tries to knock you down, this old line will always have your back. I love you, love Dad. Okay, so I think we're good. Source file, printable, commercial use. Yep. Start there. Delivery to be determined. Okay. All right. Good. So now we've done a research. We've got one design created. What do we do next? We should get more designs created. So I'm just going to go through and do one in the interest of time here, because you guys watching me do multiple orders is boring for you. So you know what I do. So we've done step 1 and 2 on this training. Step 3 and 4 are coming up, and 5. So the next steps are, launch it, test it, scale it. There's basically 3 steps left. Then as far as traffic sources, I like Facebook. I'm going to show that again. I do like Google. I'm finding a ton of success on Google Display, which is actually banners. Now, the Google Display that I'm using is actually ads for my forums, but I'm going to be putting up Google Display banner ads for my products too, like these necklaces and everything. Because the cool part is once somebody clicks, say they're on Facebook, they see an ad and they click through to my product and they don't buy it. I can now, using Google, I can set up a display campaign with banners to follow them around the internet. So when they go to, I go to Bleacher Report a lot, and I'll show you now. On Bleacher Report, you'll see at the sports site. Let's do NBA. See who got a big contract. Whoa, max deal. Holy crap. Can you imagine? 5-year, 190 million. Are you kidding me? Why does that guy need that much money? That's nuts. That's how much money those leagues make. So the way just sidebar, the way the NBA makes, or the way they pay their players, is 50% of the profits from the league go to the owner. The other 50% go to the players on the team. So they have to pay out these massive contracts. And there's what's called a salary cap, which is set based on that 50% of the revenue for the entire team. So just a nuts thing. Anyway, when you go here, so I went to MailChimp, right? So there's MailChimp banner. Usually there's a ton of them. Yeah, it's just MailChimp. So MailChimp is like retargeting me. Here's one. BMO, Bank of Montreal, which I haven't really been to, so they're not retargeting. Seeing if there's more. Another BMO. But what could happen is somebody clicked through to mine, so I could have like a gigantic banner up here for my product. And it could say like, hey, we noticed you checked this out but didn't buy it. Come on back, click here now to order. So we'll do some retargeting, but we'll do retargeting outside of Facebook, all around the internet, right? So yeah, so let's see if there's any questions, and then if not, we'll close her off. Many of those quotes would make nice mugs too. Absolutely. So I'll show you. You know, I'm gonna do an upsell as a mug, and I like those camper mugs that they've got now on GearBubble. They look pretty cool with the metal rim. Now I don't know if that can be microwaved though. I never did check that. Anyway, I think with that I'll close her off. I'll get the replay up into the forums, and then next training we'll go through and we'll launch, and we'll start our testing. So let's go here, and just for giggles, let's see if I got more. Oh, nice! Not even noon. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so yeah, that's good times. Just made some money while I did that webinar. Love it. I wish it could be fourth quarter all year round, honestly. Okay, another question. Do you know when GearBubble has their last day to send orders for Christmas? I do not yet. I don't think they've announced it yet, but it's got to be coming probably middle of December, I imagine. So if you've got winning products, I mean, pump those suckers out there now hard, like scale hard right now, because now is just awesome, just fantastic. And I don't know if Don, you can sell products like past the deadline, but I think you have to, I would put in your ad or on your landing page, just say like, warning, you may not get this before Christmas. If you put that line on your landing page, you can keep going right past Christmas. Just warn people, like don't pretend that they're gonna get it, because all you're gonna do is piss people off. And if you piss off a lot of them, then it's gonna affect your ad accounts and your pages, and it's just not a cool thing to do, right? So we don't wanna give them false expectations that, you know, if they order a week before Christmas, they're gonna get it. They're not. We're not Amazon Prime. So we can still sell, we just have to warn them. And then when people come back later and they're like, well, I need it for Christmas, I didn't get it. And you're like, well, we warned you. Like, we told you, we were up front, we didn't lie. So don't, deadlines are important, but they're not the end of the world. Okay, so if you have something that's really cooking along and doing well, and I think me too, as someone who buys Christmas gifts online, I know if I'm not on Amazon, I'm really rolling the dice now as to whether I'm going to get it before Christmas, and I accept that responsibility for myself. I'm not going to go chase down the company and blame them. That's just me. If I, like with my Prime account, I'm like, if I don't have it within a day or two, I'm going to be upset with Amazon only, but everything else, I don't care. So as long as we warn them and we're upfront, we're good. All right, cool. Well, that was a good one. I hope you guys got a lot of value. I hope you make a lot of money here with me. So this is a niche that I haven't really shown before, but I think I've been leaving a lot of money on the table by not being in it. So let's go get your research done, get some designs ordered, and then we'll launch and test next. All right, everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Hey everybody, welcome to, I think this is the second training on the forums for the Christmas challenge. So First things first, just give me one if you can hear me and see my screen okay. Let me know everything's good to go. Got a couple people on here, which is good. Everybody good? All clear? Good. Right on. Good. All right, so I am going to basically dive in because I got a lot to cover today. So I got the design back. I'm going to show you that first. Where'd my design go? Well, let me go here. Might as well go to the beginning. So the designer, I'll go to orders. Oh, no orders. Where's my old one here? Oh, that's 4 months. Where'd my orders go? Lists? No. Orders. There it is. Weird. Bug there. So I submitted that to get the design done. And this is what he came up with. And I didn't like it. I didn't like the outside was fine. I mean, to be honest, I could have done this myself. So I'm not really all that impressed with this designer. So I said, can you switch out the line and cub image for something better? And they did. So then he came out with, where is it? This one. Preview. Let's go preview. So then this one, which I think is even worse. Not really what I wanted at all. The image is just not right. It looks really bad. So I said, nope, no good. Just put like a real picture of a lion and cub. And then he came with this one. He or she, I should say, I don't know. So it's better. I don't think this guy spent much time on this at all. I mean, so for this designer, I mean, I apologize, but I'm not going to be using you again. If you're watching this, there wasn't much effort put into this, and even like they could have like embossed this or made the text look a little better. I mean, I think I could have done a better job on my own. So not impressed with the designer, but again, I have to go back and say that like my personal taste in that, I can't go with that. So what I'm gonna do is, because I think that sometimes like stuff that just because I don't like it doesn't mean it won't sell. So what I want to show you guys is that I don't really like this design much, to be honest. But I've found in the past that whenever I get this feeling that I'm like, I don't like it, it actually ends up being a really good seller. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys. Is I had to go back twice to get revisions. I got it, and now I have it in here. I mean, I could tinker with it. I could make the text look better. I could do a lot of different things. Actually, maybe I could right now. Select color. If I go here, I wonder if it'll pick it. I took the I love you too. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother. I mean, I could go in and do some embossing on this on my own. Well, select color range. Maybe if I go down to this. Let me see if I can just pick up the white. Oh, I did. Okay. So now if I go edit, cut, and then paste. And if I move it up a bit, go to the move tool, I can put that back in the spot. Right about there. Now, I mean, I could tinker with it, and I could go with bevel and emboss. I could just try and make it look a little better. GearBubble. But now I've got like a 3D look on one and not on the other. I think that looks a little bit better though. So what's that, 105? Okay. And then if I go here, I shouldn't even have to do this, but this designer was not my favorite. So let's go select color range and let's try this gray. And let's go edit, cut, edit, paste. I don't think it cut it. Hang on. Go back here. Oh, go back here. Select. I'm just tinkering here. color range this. Okay, there. Now edit, cut. Okay, so that goes white, and then edit, paste. I'll just move it up, put it back like where it was. There. Now on here, you can copy a layer style. So if I go copy layer style, then click on the other layer, go paste layer style. I don't know if that's any better. Just like little tiny things, right? I think that's actually better. I'm going to save that. Save as D drive, challenges. What are we on here? 14, right? No, 15. No, 14. Let's go designs. And let's put this guy in here. So I'll put dad to son design. And then we'll go file, export. Quick export as PNG. Save. Now, what I could do too is I could edit the text, right? If I like the design, I could now, since I created my own Photoshop file, I'd go back and edit the text, but I'm not going to because I'm not a super fan of this design. Like, I think I could do this design on my own. I'd have to buy like some pieces like the banner and the image, but anyway, we're good. That to me makes it look a little better, but and how long that take me? Like no time at all, right? So I think that guy could have put more effort into it for sure. Okay, so launch traditional. We're gonna launch it and we're gonna get the images and then we're gonna launch the test campaign. So let's go necklace, next step, upload graphic here. There it is. Let's go there. Who knows? This could be a huge winner. I don't. There's only one way to find out, right? And that is to test it. So, to my son. Oops. Wow. Really? To my son. When life tries to knock you down. Necklace. Then we'll put, would your son love this? Yes, they would. Go ahead and get him one now. Even if they don't really wear jewelry, they can keep it as a keepsake pinned to their wall. He will love it. There. I put that in just because, again, I'm kind of putting my personal stuff on there, but I don't wear jewelry, so I know I wouldn't. If I had a son, I probably think he wouldn't be wearing jewelry either, but a lot of guys do, but nothing wrong with that. But I put that in anyway. So let's put knock son. There, that worked. And term service, turn that on. Yep. To go. And then at the same time, we're going to launch the, we're going to do a coffee mug for an upsell as usual. So you guys can see that. So we're going to launch a new one. And we're going to go. Should we do something different? Want to do a travel mug? Sure. Let's try something different. 24, because we're going to knock off a big part of that. I like to mix it up sometimes just to see if a different upsell will work better. We'll put that, put it on the front and back. I mean, who knows? We really don't know until we test. So, to my son, when life tries to knock you down, travel mug. Because I believe you can put coffee in here too if you wanted. But it gives it more flexibility because it's not just a mug. Knocks on mud. There we go. All right. So I've already got the pixel. I'm just going to grab the pixel ID. So for each niche gets its own pixel in my world. So that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to go first to settings on this one. Just open that in a new tab. Let's go to other, general, and then turn off allow campaign to be searchable in the GearBubble network. Also, this make available for affiliates, I like to turn that off. Okay, so it's defaulting to on. I don't want that. I don't want affiliates selling my stuff. I only want to sell my stuff, so make sure that's turned off. And then go here to this one. We'll go to settings, and we'll start with tracking pixel. Click here and put in your pixel ID. That's my pixel ID for my dad to son for this. Click update, go to upsell, turn it on, select that one, put a discount of like, I don't know, 20%, update. So that's on. Go to other, go to general. And again, this one, my necklaces, they default to off, but my mugs and everything else, well, maybe actually just a travel mug. I think the mugs and necklaces are defaulted to off on my account. And I think I had to get them to do that for me. So just be careful with that. Just make sure that it is off. The other thing too, this guy didn't give me any kind of, I gave him 5 stars, but I shouldn't have. He didn't give me any background or anything like my other designer does. So now I've got to make 2 images here. So I'm not very happy with that either. So I got to save this. Like that, like, I don't know. I guess I've been spoiled by the other one. Because now I have to go in here and I have to make 2. So open up that file. And we'll make one black. Move that to the center. I'll go image crop, image size, and I'll just do like 1200 by 1200. So there's one. Export as BNG, 1200 black. And then I'll just remove this background. I'll take my magic wand, click there, hold down shift, click there, click the little black spots in the chain links. Then press delete, and now I've got a clear one. So now I've got options. I can do, if I wanted to get fancy, I could go like this. Go to one of the free image sites and go like that. See if you can find a background. Even like that would be cool. Or that. That'd be cool. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's grab this baby. Download it. So in folder. I'm just gonna open this with Photoshop. I'm gonna select all. Copy. Go into here. And then I'm just gonna go edit. Paste. I'm going to drag that below, and now I'm going to make this smaller, my tool. So when you don't have the little transform thing show up, hit Control T on your keyboard, and then we can drag it around, make it fit. Kind of like it off to the side a bit. There, that's a cool background. All right, hit that. Now I'll go File, Save As. I'll save it as a PSD file first. So I'll put 1200 just like PSD. Because then I could come back in and switch out this background if I want. And File, Export. I'll go 1200 line. There. So I just got a cool background on that, just something different. Here. Now I'm going to go into my ad account, So that's launched. Everything's attached. We're ready to go. This part is something new that GearBubble's doing. Not a fan of it personally, but they're trying to get scarcity on there. I don't know if it's affecting Facebook ad accounts or not. I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't seen it affect mine yet. So I don't think there's anything to worry about there, but I know why they're doing it. I just don't, it's like fake scarcity, and Facebook doesn't really like that. So I hope nothing happens with that. But let's go ahead and do a test now. So we're going to do, I don't know if I showed this one, but we're going to do $5 ad sets for the test. And we're going to put a couple of rules on them. And then I'll show you how to scale from the $5 ad sets in the next call. No, I'm sorry, I got a little cough, but it's not COVID. I'm fine. My daughter's home from school today. She says she has a cough, but I haven't heard her cough yet. So it's amazing how kids try to take advantage of anything they can in order to not go to school, apparently. It wasn't my call. It was, well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's go back here and let's create one. So let's create, and we want to do a conversion. We're going to turn, oh, we can name it. So let's name this, call it number, I don't know, what are we at here? What's the count? Call it number 5, call it whatever number you want. Then we'll put December 10th / 20, and then we'll just put the name right from our GearBubble listing so we don't get confused. And we're going to put the word test on there. And we could also put $5 and then test there. And then we could do the ad set too, so we could name it. So in this case, we go 005, 01. And we'll put the interest first. Then we'll put USA. And we know we're going to do 40 plus men to start. And then we're going to put this $5 in here. So we'll just take that, copy it, and put it down on the ad. Continue. Yeah, the $5 ad sets are nice because they're super easy to control, and they spend at a good pace, and you don't blow through your entire budget like quickly, and you can create a ton of them. So let's turn on dynamic, and then let's select our pixel. So I got my dad to son, and then choose event. It's going to be red because it's a new pixel. And we want purchase. And this is good too that you guys are seeing this warning, and you're seeing this warning. And I've seen people that see these two warnings and they panic a little bit. Don't ignore it, ignore it. It's baloney, doesn't matter. Don't know why Facebook does that, but they do. $5 a day. I'm going to start it right now because it's like 20 after 10 in the morning. I don't really need to select anything here. I'm not going to do a schedule. Then down here, I'm just going to switch this to US only. United States. Now you can do worldwide too. And once we start scaling, I'll get more into worldwide. And actually, I might even put some worldwide, a couple worldwide in here, because worldwide seems to work really well for me. So we'll do US for the first one, and then we'll do some worldwide ones. So I'm thinking men, 40 plus. So edit the gender to men. And I've done it in the past where I forgot to put it to men, and I was sold like a dad to daughter necklace, and it was targeting all. And it didn't work very well. I had a lot of females on there that are like, where's the female version? And I didn't have it. But anyway, turn off detailed targeting. Don't want that. And then in here, the first one we're going to do is the good old standby parents all. Right there. So there's 9.1 million dads in the US. Now we don't know if they have a son or a daughter. We're going to have to let the pixel figure that out, but there is another interest I'll show you in a second that we can use. We're going to leave it on everything else default down here, so it's going to be auto bid. So up here, I'm just going to, it's easier to copy and paste. Grab parents all, scroll up, just replace interest with parents all. There. I put the $5 on it too. We'll go here. So we'll do one for the US. We'll do some worldwide. So in here, I think GiftFill is a page I've been using with this account, so I'm going to stick with it. Let me just double check that. Trying to go like one page per account. So this one was Christmas. I just want to see the page used. Yeah, GiftFill. Okay. There. Now you can, I know I have ad accounts where I've run a lot more than one page for the ad account, but lately I've just been trying to really keep it all cohesive, I guess. So I'm gonna grab the URL here. Just because I don't want anything fishy on Facebook's bots for it to come up and then be like, I'm gonna put the website URL, for them to have any reason to disable this ad account. I don't want to have it, so I'm gonna preview it. Make sure I got the right one, and then let's preview our pixel. 274, good. So we are connected correctly, but now we got to fill in the rest. Turn the preview on. Select images. We're gonna go upload, and we're just gonna grab our black and our lion. And continue. Good. And now in here, I'm just going super short. So perfect. Son gift. This is it. Get him one now. And then add another. And go perfect. Gift for any son. Now I can't say your. I want to say your. I really want to. Like perfect gift for your son. Would your son love this? That would be awesome, but I can't do it. So I gotta word it like kind of in a way that the bots aren't gonna red flag any word I have in here. He will love hearing this. Now I want to put from you, but I'm not going to. Get him one now. So I did my two primary texts without saying the word you or your, because I know bots are picking up on the word you or your, and then they'll see if there's a question mark, and if it is, it'll go to like manual review, and it could take a while, or they could just go, bah, if they're calling out somebody by you and a question mark, then we're just going to disable the account automatically. Like they've been really nuts lately, so I don't want to give them any reason. All right, now headline, it defaults to this, to my son when life tries to knock you down. I might, no. I don't want to have that. That's got you in it. So I'm going to say this. Click here for details. And then I'm going to add another. The standard. Click here for pricing. Pricing. There we go. It's better. And then down here, I'm going to say get him one now. And then perfect gift for him. There we go. Then my tracking is right there. All good. Oh, my buttons. I got learn more, and I'm going to do shop now. All right, that's how we set it up. I'm going to click here. I'm going to go action, quickly up, quick dupe. Now I'm in my duplicate. So I did USA, so now I'm just going to do parents all worldwide for number 2. There we go. Copy that. And I'll just change the targeting from this to worldwide. So I'm going to type in here. And I'm going to exclude Nigeria, like I always do. And then I am going to add the languages as English. So watch that 65 million go down to 32. So it cuts it in half. So I would have been wasting a lot of impressions if I went worldwide without putting the language. Then we'll go here. paste. Good. So that's number 2. And then I'll go back to number 1 because I'm going to do another US one. I'm going to change this to number 3. And this one, I'm going to use this one, but it could be a lot of different possible targetings with this. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to put sun in there. And watch what comes up. Sony. The first one is kind of what I want. So that, like, I don't know what this means. I don't know if they have a sun or they are a sun or what it may be, but it seems to work. So I'm going to stick with it. So that's the only difference. I did a US one targeting sun. Copy that. Let's go down here. And there's so many different options we can do in here. The next one I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do a worldwide for that because I want to reserve the US and the worldwide for this one. And that is a good one, fatherhood. So I'll do US fatherhood. Go down here. Might even come under there. Nope. So let's add it. Son. I don't know if I did fatherhood and son. It'd probably be really small, but 12 million is good for US only. That's really good. Bigger the better. I'll go here, paste. All right, now I gotta do one more. I'm just gonna do 5 for my test. And this is going to be worldwide. And we'll change that from US to exclude Nigeria. And then languages, edit, English. So what's that show up as? 31, nice. Okay, so here's my ad set, here's my ad. So I just gotta change that name. Paste. $5. All right. I'm gonna upload this. And this is where, like, even now, I get nervous when I hit upload because I'm like, are they gonna ban my account? Like, it's really bad. It's really bad. I haven't, knock on wood, I knock on wood like all day long. My knuckles hurt. I've been safe so far, but holy crap. It's not a good way to go, really. All right, so we've got that. It's uploading. Now we're going to do a couple rules real quick. So remember, in here, we've got $5, so I'm going to go here and create basically 3 rules. First one, we're going to go $5, and this is rule number 1. If campaign spends $100 and purchase less than 1, pause it. This is lifetime. So we'll go here. Pause. Pause campaign. If it's not spends, it's spent. If spent is greater than 100 and purchase less than 1 lifetime. So let's go for that. So here we'll go to all active campaigns. And now remember we put $5 and we put test in the campaign name. So I'm going to go $5-test. That will pin it to any campaign that I put that on. I'm going to go spent is greater than 100. And purchases. Smaller than 1. Lifetime. Run continuously, that's fine. And then we're going to create a rule. This is rule number 2. This one is going to be pause ad set. If spent greater than. In this case, we're only spending $5 a day, so we got to use lifetime rules, but we'll say this, $12.50. And add to cart. Well, I think, you know what, in our test one, I'm just going to go with this. If it spends 25 without a purchase, I'm not going to do the add to cart on the test campaign because it's spending so little per day. So I'm just going to say each of those ad sets has a chance to spend 25 without a sale. But our overall rule is 100. So there might be, at some point, there might be one that gets a sale and then a couple are on their way. But if one gets a sale, that will get it past rule number 1. So the campaign won't be shut off. But then we want to keep these in place just in case later on. So we'll go settings. Now we don't need the word test anymore because it's the ad set name. We'll go $5. And we're just going to check spend is greater than 25 and purchases is less than 1, so 0. Smaller than 1. This is lifetime too. Just a little safety rule. Copy this. And we're going to run that continuously. It's fine. And now we're going to create a rule, number 3. And this one is going to say pause the ad set if in this case it got a purchase. So I'll say purchase is greater than 0. And return on ad spend is less than 2. So this just means it was profitable, but now it's coming down and it's going below like a 2 ROAS. So in that case, we'll just shut it off automatically. Settings, that's that name. And we need that $5. Like so, and in this case, purchases is greater than 0. And this one, website purchase return on ad spend is smaller than 2. Lifetime. Now, I used to do, show you, I used to do this, cost per purchase. But the reason I'm not doing that anymore is when Facebook tracks a sale, they count it as 1. So it's when I get an order, it's 1 order on Facebook. But when you're selling son necklaces or daughter necklaces, somebody might put 1 order in and they might buy 2 or 3 or 4 at a time. So if you use cost per purchase, it doesn't account for that at all. So you could have an ad spend that has a cost per purchase of like 45, but it's actually profitable because maybe those people bought like 2 each. So your return on ad spend would actually be a lot better, even though your cost per purchase would be outside of your rules. So it would be outside your trigger point. So it would actually shut it off, even though it's profitable. So that's why I switched to return on ad spend instead. And GearBubble automatically sends through the revenue to Facebook, which is a whole other rant for me. But I don't. Back when this first started happening, and Facebook, all these companies said, that makes me nervous too if it's still in review. They all said, oh yeah, let's send our revenue to Facebook and tell them what we make on our ads. And I think it was the dumbest move in history for paid traffic people, but nobody listened to me because now Facebook knows what you make. So they know what your profit margins are. So they know what your return on ad spend is. They know what your ROI is because we've given them our information. So that was a dumb move on our part as advertisers in general, because you don't tell the traffic source what you make. That's stupid. So now Facebook knows that if we have an ad set that say is getting a return on ad spend like 10, well, they'll say, okay, well, we can charge them a bit more on that ad set and reduce their return on ad spend to like a 2, and they'll still keep it going. But then they'll say, we know what they're making, so they can't get too greedy on us, even though we can get greedy on them. So what we basically did is hand them a way to, on a silver platter, just adjust our profit margins for us. so that they could take more and put it in their pocket. And that's not a conspiracy theory. That's what actually happened. So prior to all of us dodos giving our revenue numbers to Facebook, we could have some wicked days. We could have ROIs like 300%, just insane. A return on ad spend of like 10 plus was not uncommon, and it would stick. But now you'll find, even if an ad set comes out of the gate swinging, like doing really, really well, Facebook will decide that, oh yeah, well, I guess we're not charging enough for our wonderful traffic, so we'll just ratchet up the CPM rate a little bit on that one and put a little bit more in our pocket instead of theirs. And sorry, but that's what happens. And we as advertisers screwed up and nobody listened, and we shouldn't have done it. So that's my rant for the day. I don't know if you guys have noticed that too, but over the years, it's just been getting worse and worse because you can't tell the place you're buying ads from how much you make. That would be like, imagine you're wanting to run a TV commercial, and the company's like, that's going to run it. They said, okay, well, we'll run it, but we need to know exactly how many sales you get from our commercials. Would you tell them? No, you wouldn't, because the next time you go to buy, that company can say, well, we know you made like $1 million off of that campaign, so we just doubled our costs. So now you'll only make 500,000, but you'll still be happy, right? Like, why? Who does that? Nobody does that. Nobody at all. Or imagine you went to Walmart and you saw the wholesale price, and then you saw their markup, and then you saw the retail price. Do you think Walmart would ever show us what they actually pay for that? I don't know, whatever it is, like Christmas toy. So there's a Barbie toy in the Christmas aisle that we're buying for our kid, and it says it costs $30. And so Walmart has on the tag, retail 30, markup 20, wholesale 10. Do you think we'd be pissed? Do you think we'd be like, what? Why are you doing this? You can't do that. We want it for less. Like, it's just dumb. You don't do that. You don't tell people what you make. It's stupid. And we did it, and it's frustrating. But anyway, we're basically set up even after my rant. So what we're going to do now is we're going to let this thing cook for a bit, and these rules, especially this one, is going to watch over it. So this rule alone is going to save you money, because I know a lot of people are seeing stuff that they look at their ads and they see it got like a lot of likes and a lot of shares and a lot of comments, and then they think, okay, well, I kind of spent $100 on this design already, so I'm just going to give it 50 more. And I'm just going to give it 50 more is where people get into so much trouble, because you don't ever want to just give it 50 more. You got to cut it off, and you got to move on to the next one. So if the design is showing that people like it, but they're not buying it, then maybe that's where you take the same design and you switch out the quote, or you switch out the image, or you tweak the design a little bit and then try it again for another test. But don't throw good money after bad, because you'll just end up losing huge in the long run. Okay, so that's what we're doing. That's the whole launch and test process. So what we're going to do next is, and like I said before, just because I don't like the design, this will probably be a big winner, which is, I mean, it's great for you guys to see that, but I don't just launch one at a time. As you saw when I was uploading images, there's a bunch of dad to son ones that I have in my GearBubble account right now, and there's already a winner in there, and you saw it on your screen. I'm not going to tell you which one it was, but there is a winner in there. So it works, but you don't just do this once. You got to repeat it, and you got to repeat it like 5, 10, 15 times. So if you find a niche that you like, it is always really, really a good idea to do at least 25 to 50 designs in that niche. Out of that, you're going to find at least 3 or 4 big winners, and those are enough, especially in this niche of dad to son, that you can run them year round. So don't think that today is December 10th. The cutoff for sales is the 16th or 17th for these. I don't know what it is. Actually, let's go see. What is the cutoff? I saw it in the group, in the GearBubble group. Anybody know off the top of their head? GearBubble. I don't know who that is. But anyway, go to the group. And let's search cutoff. Cutoff dates. I thought he posted it. I'm trying to upload photo. I swear he posted it in here. Oh, yeah, I hit the milestone. Finally crossed it a couple days ago. That's good. Sorry, shouldn't have to scroll here. It was Don. He posted it. Let me see. Friday. Oh, here. Holiday order deadlines. Okay, didn't call it cut off. All right, so spike like crazy, big impact. The tiers are extremely / best likely, most likely, least likely to arrive by Christmas Day. In other words, I don't know when these shipping guys, they're giving me different dates. So, okay. We'll try to extend these deadlines as we get closer and we get more real-time stats from our warehouses and shipping companies. Every year so far, we've been able to extend several deadlines, and we expect this year to be the same. Okay, so tier 1, extremely likely. Mugs, 13th. Necklaces, 15th. And we're at the 10th. So we've got just shy of a week before that cutoff for the extremely likely. And then the 16th for most likely. And the 17th to 20th. So actually, we've got, yeah, depending on the likelihood, I mean, we've got a lot. So that's all good. What I do, and this says it too, you'll want to continue to sell your campaigns all the way up to the 25th. Okay, so you read it here. Shipping times on our pages and integrations will be accurate, and the customers will still want our products whether they're within tier 3 or not. Push them all the way until they stop selling. Okay, so here's right from the top, and I agree 100%. We most likely get most of the orders delivered on time, even those that come in after the 3rd tier is long. So as long as you're getting sales, keep pushing them, and they'll keep making them. What I do is I say I don't stop, me personally, but on my page, and GearBubble is good. They'll put a little thing up here, a little message about shipping, but I'll also, like, right above the limited time only, I'll add in my listing, and I'll say, we will do our very best to get you this before Christmas. But so if they're saying it's extremely likely on the 15th, likely here, so probably on about the 17th, I'll edit any listings that I'm running, and I'm going to say, we're going to do our best to get it to you before Christmas, but we can't guarantee it right now because sales volumes are so high. So if you don't have it by Christmas, you just have to say, like, we want you to know in advance before buying so you're not upset if you don't have it by Christmas. If you're upfront with people and honest with them and say, we're going to do our best, but we can't guarantee, you'll probably get a very loyal and happy customer. If we ignore it and don't say anything and don't warn them that they might not get it, and then they buy it, then you're going to get a whole ton of pissed off customers. Now, for us, the beauty of it is we don't hear any of that, but it affects, like, the whole ecosystem overall. So we want to do our best to not piss people off, and we don't want people posting on comments. And you'll find there are some sellers that do some shenanigans, and then you get comments on your listings, and you're like, okay, what'd you buy? And then you talk to the person, and they show you what they bought, and it's not even yours. And then you're like, that's not mine. And they're like, but you're GearBubble. But so in order for the greater good of everybody, just put a little blurb on your description saying that we're going to do our best to get you this so you have it under the tree for Christmas Day, but we can't guarantee it. So just in case you don't have this for Christmas, you can always put a little note or take a little picture or a screenshot or something, put it in a little envelope and give it to them. You will get it. It's just we can't guarantee you have it under the tree. And I've put that on for years, and I've had people say, thank you. Like, I've read comments on my Facebook ads too, and people are like, "Will this be delivered in time?" And I respond, and I say, "No, it won't." And then the people say, "Thanks, I ordered anyway. I just wanted to make sure." You know, as long as people can prepare, they're happy. It's just when people are deceived or when they feel like they were guaranteed something, that's when you get into trouble. So the other total level of it is for your own personal happiness, right? If you're selling stuff after like the 15th, 16th, 17th, and you're thinking, I know I'm just going to piss off a bunch of people, then on a personal level, it affects your attitude and affects your outlook and affects your happiness, and you don't want that. And it sounds kind of like weird, but you want to be able to sleep at night. So that's how you can sleep at night. If you tell people up front and they accept it and they do the order, then now it's on them because they know. But it's not on them. But I mean, they're comfortable. You're happy because you told them. They're happy because they accepted it. Everybody's happy. And it's going to save a lot of headaches for the GearBubble customer service team too, who we don't, you know, they're already under a lot of strain right now. We don't want to put any more on them. So this applies to not only print on demand where you're using a platform, but your own stores too. If you put that on there, a lot of people have GB Pro stores or Shopify stores. If you just put a little blurb about shipping ahead of time, you will save yourself so much hassle and stress in the long term. So, all right, I'm just going to go through some questions here real quick, and then we'll close it off. Yeah, best is likely the 15th. Okay, somebody slightly off topic, but would you check the Google Ads Bootcamp Facebook group, please? Myself and Kate posted a question a while back. Ah, the good old slipping through the cracks thing. Okay. Which is why I went to the forums, honestly, because you guys post stuff in my groups and I may or may not even get a notification of it. And then unless I physically go and check the group on Facebook, for that Google Ads Bootcamp, unless I go, and I try and go like once a day to check through all my groups, but then I got to scroll through all the posts too and see if I actually see any new questions. It's really clunky. That's why I moved to the forums, because I can just go new post, see it right away. So not making excuses, just saying I didn't see it, but I will go check. Yep. Okay, they did email. I wondered where you put that little blurb. We want you to know in advance we can't care. Yeah, so just right here, right above this. And you can edit the listing very easily. Right here. Click edit. You can put it right here. You can type whatever you want. All right, I will go check that in the Google Ads Bootcamp. And that's it for today. So now the goal is, let's get some sales. Like I said, just because I don't like the design doesn't mean it's not going to work. Oh, we made some money too. Nice. I love making money while I do webinars. Nice. Oh, good. What was I going to say? I'm happy now about that. Good. So yeah, on the next, I got a delivery guy coming up the way here too. I hope he doesn't buzz the doorbell, but he's going to. Anyway, next step, regardless of whether this one gets some hits or not, I'm going to show you how to scale them, and I'm going to show you the next step basically, which is scaling. And I don't think I ever showed you guys the email part in this either. I might show that too. So scaling, we can do horizontal, which is duping duplicates. We can do vertical. We can do, cherry picking the best ones out. There's a whole bunch of different ways to go. There's even adding more traffic sources. So for you guys that are in my Google Ads Bootcamp, when you find a winner here, man, put that on Google. You'll love it. Oh, retargeting. That was the other thing. The next one, I'll show you the retargeting, just how to create those campaigns, because they're very important. And then I think we'll go from there. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, the 7-figure thing was a huge milestone for me. That was big, because I had crossed it among, like, if you combine everything from all the different platforms I used, I had crossed it a while back, like years ago, but I never seemed to get just one platform over the $1 million mark. So I love that, because now I can say I'm a 7-figure GearBubble seller. Like that's fun to say. And you see, There are a lot of other guys. There's a couple other guys that are over 7 figures with GearBubble, and look at their sales numbers. They're double mine because they're coffee mug guys. That's why. And they're not using paid traffic. They're using Amazon and Etsy to do it. So I think I'm positive I'm the only guy that got there doing necklaces with paid traffic. I'm actually 100% sure I'm the only guy who got there. The other guys are doing mugs mainly. Anyway, I would edit your copy on the product page. You are referring to the son as they and not a he. It's minor, but a change I would make. They and not a he. Oh, what I do? I have no doubt I would mess something up. This one. Some love this. Go ahead and get them now. Even if they don't really wear jewelry, they can keep it as a keepsake pinned to their wall. You're saying put he there? Even if he doesn't wear such me? Okay. Even if they, do they do that? Is that like a grammar error? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Well, let's fix it then. If he don't, no. So I'm gonna change that. There. Oh, should I put this his wall? I don't know. I'm not a grammar guy. There. How's that? Good? Okay, good. All right. Change they to he. Even if he doesn't really wear jewelry, he can keep it as a keepsake pinned to his wall. Oh yeah, I guess that makes more sense. All right. So we're good to go. I'm going to close off there. As always, post on the forums when you get success, when you have big ones. Don't just do one, do multiple. And yeah, I gotta say, I probably won't be using this designer again, but that's what you gotta do. It's not horrible, it's just not what I expected. So I think I've been spoiled by the other one. Anyway, test, find the winners, and then we'll scale them in the next one for you guys, okay? And like the cutoff thing is important. I'm glad we covered that. Perfect timing for it. And let's go make some sales, all right? Everybody have a great day, and we will talk to you soon. Hey everybody, welcome to the webinar. This is the third one for the Christmas challenge. So just give me one in the chat box real quick if you guys can hear me and see my screen. Right on. How's everybody doing today? It is like -5 and there's snow on the ground up here in the Great White North, so it's cold. And we're actually, today's the 17th, so we're pretty much at the cutoff date for most of the sales. So what I'd suggest you guys do is put a warning on your listings. Just edit the description on like GearBubble and just say that, you know what, you're probably not going to get this before Christmas, but you can still get it. So actually, I'll show you that first, what I do. I don't stop selling. I know a lot of guys like shut it down right now, but I'm not going to. So go to your listing. Now this one actually didn't get any sales. I got like 5 add to cart. It didn't do very well, but I didn't really think it would because the design kind of stinks. But anyway, go here, go edit, and then put this in. Just go like this, warning. If this is a Christmas gift, you will, wait, I'll say this. We will try our best to get it to you before the 25th, but we cannot guarantee this. In fact, we doubt you will have it before the 25th if you order today. So you can still get one. And we suggest putting a nice card under the tree saying this beauty is on its way. Now, you might think, why the hell would I warn people not to buy this? And the reason is, as a consumer, if you saw this after you click this, say you like this design, you clicked it from Facebook or wherever, if you saw that warning, you would go, oh, well, your initial reaction is, well, screw that, I'm not buying it. But a lot of people will read that and they'll go, wow, they're actually being honest and upfront. They're telling me that, you know, it's the 17th, it's pretty much impossible for this to get there for Christmas, but they're also telling me how to deal with that. And what we're doing is we're preparing the buyer to not to be disappointed, but we're setting their expectations so that they know they're not going to get this before Christmas. This makes them happy. It makes them trust us more because we're being upfront and honest and transparent. And also, it helps the customer service too quite a bit. And in the big picture, it helps GearBubble and it helps us as sellers on GearBubble because word will get out that, you know, these guys are being honest about this stuff. And instead of complaints going up in Facebook groups or complaints going up on like websites, you know, oh, they're a scam. I bought it on the 17th and I didn't get it by the 25th. What a scam company. That will eliminate that. So it just helps the goodwill of the company, the goodwill of us, and it will allow us to sell more because people will be happier with us. So this is only going to help. It's not going to hinder. And it'll eliminate, absolutely eliminate the like the jackass buyers who expect to have this within, you know, printed and shipped and on their doorstep within like 7 days or whatever it is. Like that's not realistic. So do that, set the expectations, and you'll be good to go. So let's go back here. I had $5 ad sets running. The next step for scaling, I'm going to show you scaling here, and then I'm going to show you scaling here, okay, in my dummy account for Google Ads. So we're going to do two things today. If you have one of these, say this one had 3 ad cards, surprised it didn't get a win, but a win is a purchase. Didn't get a purchase, but had it got a purchase, what I would simply do on the $5 one is I go here and I do a duplicate. This is for scaling. And I do a new campaign, and I would call this, actually, let me go back. I need the name of this. Grab the name of it first, and then do a duplicate, do a new campaign, and then paste. So I'm going to call this a CBO. And what I'm going to do is 5 copies of this ad set into a CBO. So this is not my method. I actually learned this from another guy, Nick Peroni is a guy who taught this. And I like it quite a bit, so I'm going to give him full credit. I have done CBOs, of course, but so we can leave $5 on there. We'll just go doop. And what we're doing is taking a $5 and moving it into a $100 CBO. And then I'll turn that on. And then on the budget, I would set that, scroll down here. So I'd turn on CBO, and I'd set this to 100. And then we're going to let our rules control it. So now it's a $100 CBO with all identical, 5 identical ad sets. And in our rules, if we go here on the $5, you see rule number 1 is, well, that's the overall one. But rule 2, if it's spent 25 without a purchase, shut it down. Rule number 3, if it got a purchase. So we're actually going to add a rule. Oh, let's modify this. Oh no, we'll just add a 4th rule here. So we're going to do an add to cart rule within the CBO. So now we're going to say create rule, because we don't have an add to cart one. So we'll call this rule number 4. And we're just going to shut down the ad set if the add to cart is less than 1 and it's spent like $12.50. So if spent is greater than $12.50, and I'll put add to cart is less than 1. So down here, I'll go settings. Ad set name contains. Probably should rename this to something different, but we'll leave it on this. And spent is greater than. Now this will affect the other ones too, but you know what? The add to cart rule is fine for all these. Probably should put it on the other ones too. Because honestly, if it doesn't have an add to cart by 1250 spent, then it's probably not a good one. Smaller than one lifetime. There we go. Add. Okay, so we've got our rules controlling this baby. And now what you do is within here, so we've got this $100 CBO, and what you would keep doing is, where'd my one go? Let's go last 7 days. There it is. Okay. So now within this one, well, it's showing the in draft, but within the $5 one, we would keep adding $5 ones looking for winners, and then we would just duplicate the winners into a $100 CBO. Now, if the $100 CBO does well, so if this $100 one, this one, if it does well, the new one we just did, then we'll do a duplicate of that at like $200. And if that does well, then we'll do a duplicate of that at $400. If that does well, we'll do a duplicate at $800. So we'll just keep doing duplicates and doubling it, leaving the original one running. And so if we get up to like $800 and it's still doing well, go up to $1,600. So there's nothing wrong with that at all. That's a very simple way to scale, taking your $5 and just kind of cherry picking them out, putting them into a new campaign. I've done the cherry picker method on my own like for years. This is just a variation of it. That's one simple way to do it. The other really, really good way to really make some money with this is to expand your traffic sources. And that's what I want to talk about today. So that's my Facebook scaling method. It didn't work, so I'm not going to scale it, but I didn't think it kind of would have because I didn't like that design. But I wanted to try it just to see. It did get some ad cards. So now what we're also going to do with the campaign, so you have one that works. What you want to do is move on to like Google as well and add that in. So when we're doing Google, I'm going to go to setup here. First thing you have to do is set your tracking. So let's go to tools and settings. Let's go to conversions. We're going to create a pixel for this one. So hit plus and then go website. If I'm moving quickly, just you can go through like the replay. And then we're going to do a purchase. And we're going to call this purchase, but it's only going to be for this one. Okay. So when on Google, we create a pixel like basically per product, and that might be overkill, but that's the way I do it. So Control V. And now we'll use the same value for each conversion, and we'll set that to basically our profit, which is about 32 with the shipping cost going up now. And we'll count it once. We'll do it 90 days. And then we'll go view through as 1 day. We'll leave these on defaults. Create and continue. Now we're going to have to install the tag. So the tag has two parts, the global site tag, which if you just have this tag on your site, you can use it for remarketing on Google. But when you add in the snippet, that's this bottom part, that tells it it's a purchase. So where do we put this? Well, we go here, we go copy, go to GearBubble. Actually, let's go to our listing. It's here. And we'll go to settings. And we'll go to tracking. And they have this Google part, which you could put the code in here if you want, but I like to put it actually down here in the third party section. So I'll put that, and then I'll go back to this one. Go back here, grab the event snippet, which is a purchase, because this is basically for conversions only. So put that in there. Then I'm going to click update. So now when I go to my page, if I look for this code, or actually, sorry, this code. I'll go here and I'll hit refresh. Then I'll go page source. Then I'll go Control F. And notice it's not on there. So I'll show you why in a second, but there's another spot that we do have to put the code. So let's just finish this off. Let's go next and done. So that is now on our thank you page after they bought, but it's not on our main page, like when they view the page. So we have to do this. What we're going to do next is we're going to create an audience. So we're going to go Tools, Audience Manager, and we're going to create an audience here. So let's go plus website visitors, and in here we're going to call this well, actually the name of it is this. Back here, we're going to call this viewed page there. Now this is visitors of a page, and there's other things you can do here too. But we're going to start with the ones who visited the page. So if the page URL contains this URL, this slug is what it's called, Noxon, put that right here. And it doesn't have any members, so we have to adjust our rules. So we're going to pre-fill the list, right? And then we're going to keep people in there for like as long as we can, 540 days in this case. And we don't need a description. So we're going to create this. So this is kind of our view content page. And then we're going to go here again. So they viewed it, but we want to do another one for when they bought it. So this one we'll do buyers, and we'll do, oops, go back here, grab the name again, just to keep it all clear. And this one, instead of visitors of a page, we're going to go visitors of a page with specific tags. So now in here we have all of our conversion events, and the one that we want is this one. So when it has this tag on the page, which is our event snippet from the previous one, it will actually add them to this list. So this is our buyer list on Google. Great. Done. Now, under audience sources, you might have to connect this, but it's a Google ad tag, and you'll just, like, it'll say link or connect on yours. So we have to connect this to our account. So if you go to details, edit source, and what I want to grab is, I'll click save and continue. Here we go. So when you create your source, you'll get this install tag. And the reason I did this is because this code right here is the exact same code as you get when you create a pixel. It's just the global site tag. So you could get the global site tag from here, or you can get it from when you create the pixel. But the key is that global site tag has to go somewhere. So in our case, we've updated that. We actually do go to Google and see this remarketing snippet. We paste that in, then we click update. So we've got it here, and then we've got it in the third party for the conversion. So yes, I could put the conversion pixel ID. I don't know why I do it this way with the third party and the Google, but I do. But I don't know why, I just do it this way. So now when I go back to my page, I hit reload. So I'm only on the page now. I want to see if my Google code is on here. I'm going to grab it. So I'm just going to take this part. I'm going to look for it. Control F. There, it's right there. So my global site tag is now on here, on my page. That means that my audiences will work in Google. So I can cancel all this, I don't need it. Just go back to audience list, and you'll see that it's right here, the viewed page. And where's the other one? Oh, source equals Google Ads tag. Okay, get rid of that. Ah, there we go. So my other one should be in here somewhere. To my son, buyers, to my son, right there. So I got my view page and my buyers. All right, now let's go back here. Let's go back to our account. And what we want to do is we're going to take people who clicked our page from, like, it doesn't matter where they clicked it. If they came from Facebook, or they came from Google, or they came from SEO, or they came from an email link or whatever, they will all be added to that list of people who viewed the page. So now we can only show ads to people who viewed the page but didn't buy. So this is like retargeting, but on Google. And the way I'm going to do it, just throw another spin in there, is I'm going to do it through banner ads. So if they go to GearBubble from my ad anywhere, Facebook or Google or SEO or a link in an email, doesn't matter what the source of it is, they're going to be pixeled by Google, and they're going to be put on that list. Now I can show ads to people who are on that list but didn't buy, and the ads are going to be banners, and the banners show up everywhere. So say CNN, say they go to CNN, and they just went to my site on GearBubble, my page. Well, look, like Mr. Big and Tall, I went there. I actually bought some because I am big and tall. But anyway, we can have our little ad show right here on CNN for our necklace. And we can say, hey, we noticed you checked this out, but you didn't buy. Come on back and get it. So CNN, okay, you don't like CNN? All right, well, let's do Fox News if that's your cup of tea. Fox News has, I believe, I haven't been here in a while. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't show ads on Fox News. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's the same one. So this is just a big honking leaderboard ad on Fox News right at the top. So we could have our ad right here. So that person went here. They're like, no, I'm not going to buy it. Let me go check Fox News. They go to Fox News and they see, hey, we noticed you checked this out but didn't buy it. Come on back and get it. It'd be like, oh, damn, that's pretty powerful, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Well, yeah, it is, and it works. These retargeting campaigns on Google, man, they kick ass. So how the heck do we set this up? Well, we need banners, which we're going to create in a minute, but we need the campaign first. So we've got our audience, we've got our pixels placed, we're all ready to go. So let's go to the campaign, and let's go new. And now we've got a whole bunch of our typical options up here: sales, leads, traffic, brand, without guidance, whatever you want to do. But we're going to go, we want sales. So with this, see, it says search, display, shopping, video, smart. These are all the different types. So make sure that whatever you pick has display as an option. And I think they actually all do except app and local. But we want sales, so you know what? Just get sales. Don't be fancy. And then we can do the type of campaign. We're going to do display. And then down here, they want you to do a smart display campaign, which is basically like handing them off all the targeting and everything else. I will experiment with this, but for this one, I'm going to do standard, which means I pick the settings and targeting, and I have some automation options. So that's what I want to do. Now for the website, what do? Well, we want them to go here. So that's our website. Boom, right there. Continue. Now, it'll load it up. So the goal is sales, campaign name. I'm just going to put like the usual. I put a number. I number all my campaigns. And then I put the date. And then to keep it very easy, just so I know which one it's for. Copy that, paste. All right, now that's going to go there. And what I'm going to do here is something really weird, but I'm going to go all countries. So the reason I'm doing this is I'm only targeting people that are on my retargeting list. So I wouldn't recommend all countries if you're doing like a search campaign or a YouTube ad campaign, because you will burn through your budgets and people won't be buying at all. But I'm going to do it here because the source of this list is like either my Facebook ad or a Google ad of some sort. So I know that these are basically these are warm leads. It's warm traffic. So I'm going to go all countries. Languages, make sure you set that to English. Now down here, under bidding, they default to this, conversions. They have conversion value, other optimization option. Well, actually, can't even get to those. Viewable impressions, I've never even used that. But down at the bottom, you can select a bid strategy. So what I'm going to do is click on that, and then you've got all this list. You've got target CPA, target return on ad spend, maximize clicks, maximize conversions, viewable CPC. I'm actually going to go with manual cost per click to start. And I'm going to leave enhanced on in this case. So this is called, if you want to know the term for this, it's ECPC. That's my bidding strategy, enhanced cost per click. So I'm going to set a bid, but then they'll adjust it if they think the person's going to buy. This gives me like total control. If I want complete control, I'd shut that off. But I'm going to use enhanced. Now my daily budget is what I want to spend each day. So let's just go small. Let's go $10 a day. And then under additional settings, we have to do one thing at least in here. And like you can do an ad rotation, you can do a schedule, you can do start and end, you can do devices, you can do tracking template for a campaign URL, you can use dynamic ads. But right here under conversions, we do need this. And then we want to choose conversion actions, then we'll select. And now here's where we go in and we take that one that we want to optimize, well, we want to track for, which is a purchase. So that's the one I just made. That's how we're going to track our sales right there. And then we keep going. Content exclusions. I don't really care where this shows personally. But if you are picky, go ahead. And like if you don't like swearing, you don't like the sexually suggestive stuff, sensational and shocking, you can turn that off. You can exclude it. I leave it wide open. Under the ad group name, I'm just going to call this retargeting. Now, on Google, they call it remarketing. So just so you know, just different. And an ad group is actually an ad set on Facebook. Now here is where we get into the cool stuff. So we've got our, who do we want to target? Well, let's go to browse. Let's go to how they interacted with your business. Let's go to website visitors. And within here, we've got a whole bunch of people. So we've got this one, they viewed the page. So if they viewed the page for To My Son When Life Tries to Knock You Down necklace, I want to show them my banner. All right, and we're going to exclude buyers at the campaign level. Remind me if I forget. Demographics, we don't even need to do this because we know that they're coming from our list. But I mean, we could exclude females, we could exclude the lower age groups, but they're actually coming from this list only. So in this case, we don't really need to do it. And it's at 0 right now because it hasn't populated. But they're going to go back like 30 days and grab all the people from it. So I mean, good practice would be to pick your demographic here. I guess I could just show you guys. So we'll eliminate females. We'll eliminate below basically 34, and we want like parents, so we could do that too. And we could go household income if we really wanted, but we don't need to. So there's a good setup for you to start. Now this, where you want your ads to show, we don't need that. We're going to let them figure it out. And then the targeting expansion, we can leave that on the default because it's going to go based on our list. So it's not really going to go beyond that. Now the ad group bid is our bid. So now we're going to start the bid at 0.51, so 51 cents per click. Now, no, my name is what? PPC Coach. You know where that comes from? Pay per click. You know where that comes from? Right here, because we're paying per click. So before Facebook even was around, I was doing paid traffic, and I was always doing pay per click. So that's why it's PPC Coach, just so you guys know. Dynamic ads, we're not going to bother. They want you to do these responsive display thingies, and they want you to put in all these different options, but we're going to keep it old school. So I'm going to change this to upload display ads. So now you're like, uh-oh, what do I do? I don't know. I don't have any. So like, how do I upload ads when I don't know what size or what format or anything like that? Well, there you go. What I suggest is taking a screenshot of this, and I just did this the other day. But take a screenshot of this, save it, and this is your guide. So now you know, here's all the different ad sizes. The 3 main ones that I recommend are 468 by 60, 728 by 90, and then 300 by 250, which is right here. That's the 3 standard big ones that people use. We could also do 300 by 50 if we wanted, 320 by 50, and then 320 by 100. We could do those as well, which we probably will in this case. So you're like, uh-oh, panic mode now. Crap, I don't have ads. I don't know how to make banners. I don't know what to do. Well, no problem. So I recently got into this little program here, Canva, which is nice because if you go create a design, and I'm going to suggest you get a Canva account now because I do like this. And I type in this little thing, leaderboard. Watch this. They got a leaderboard at 728 by 90, which is coincidentally one of the sizes that I'm actually going to do here. I lost my, there it is. Nope. Yep. Come on. Get out of here. What are you doing this? Don't do that. There. Okay. So 728 by 90 leaderboard is what I need. Then I need these other ones too, 468 by 60. We'll do some mobile sizes too. But I basically have a blank canvas and I can put whatever I want on here. So the beauty of Canva, and the reason I like them, is if you look down the left side where I'm scrolling, they give me all these templates. So I can actually use any of these that I want, and there's more than enough to chew on here. If I like this style, maybe I'll do this one for, it's like a Burger King one almost, but I like it. So I can do them in this. So instead of that, I could put my image. Instead of that, I can change the text. So what I'm going to do is actually just make sure that I have that. Let's go Photoshop. I just need an image of my necklace. Make sure I got one. So you guys just saw a whole ton of necklaces there. I'm sure people will be going through those. All right, I'm gonna go over here because I'm gonna open up this one. Ooh, it's not gonna. Sorry, I'm just on my other screen for a sec. File, open. Just gonna find this one. Show this. Genetics. There it is. Okay, actually I do have one. All right, I didn't even need to do that. So I'm gonna upload that one to my account. So I'm gonna go upload media from device. D-drive challenges. This one. Designs. Black. Perfect. Open. All right, so it's gonna upload here. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drag it right here. And you can see that. I can resize it too. This will be my nice little banner. And if I wanted, I guess I could trim off that. Let's delete that. I'm gonna make it transparent. So I can do this in Canva or I can do it here. So I'm just gonna go boop. Oh, actually I have one. I already have one that has it. So I'm gonna open the other one, the PSD. Yeah, remember I said PSD? There. Export as a transparent one. So I'll go transparent. And then I'll upload this to Canva. So go upload media, device, transparent. There. That way, if the blacks are different in the background, it'll match it perfectly. There we go. There. Okay. Now here I'm going to say, did life get in the way? Just like I say on Facebook, right? Did life get in the way? Come on back and get this now for your son. Simple, easy, easy peasy. I'm going to go File, Save to a folder. I'm going to call this folder, create a new one. I'm going to call it Dad to Son Lion. I'm going to click Add to New Folder. I'm going to go File, Download. So I'm going to download this 728 by 90. That's coming. And now what I'm going to do is I like that design. See how easy it was? Super simple, right? I'm going to go File, make a copy. Then I'm going to go here to resize. I'm going to resize it to 468 by 60. Now this is 468 by 60. So I'm going to go File, Save to Folder, Dad to Son, Save, and then File, Download, and you can see 468 by 60. It just resized the whole thing for me. Okay, and now I'm going to go File. Actually, I can do it this way too. Oh no, File, make a copy, and then resize. And in this case, I'm going to go over here and go 300 by 50 for my mobile banner. There, and then I'll go File, Save to Folder, that folder, Save, File, Download, 300 by 50. So now I got a mobile banner. And then I need 320 by 50. I'm just reading off my screenshot, right? So I'll go File, make a copy, resize. This is 320 by 50. Then I'll go File, Download. There we go. Then I can go File, make a copy, Or actually, did I save that to my folder? I can't remember if I did. Let's go back here. That one is what? File. I think I saved that one. So let's close that window. Two windows in there. Okay, so I missed one. Save to folder. Okay, 4. Save. Okay, now I can go File, make a copy, then I can go resize. This one will go 300 by 250. Let's do a copy and resize. There. So now I gotta kind of adjust this a bit because this one's way bigger, right? So I'm gonna take this guy and move him up here. Take this guy, move him up here. Keep the same kind of style going. And then this, I'll kind of move it up here, up something like that, maybe down a little bit. This, and this, and this. Oh. So I just held down the shift key to move those over. I'm gonna go make these a little bit bigger. And over here, kind of start here, I guess. On this, I'll just drag that out till big. So notice I am not being super picky with this at all because something is better than nothing. So you can spend as much time on this as you want. But my goal is to get this up in retargeting. So when they click through here and then they go to like CNN or they go to Walmart or they go to any site that has like retargeting with Google, they'll be able to see my ad and it might a little bigger. There, pretty, eh? Perfect. I'll go File, save the folder, then Sun, save, and I'll go File, Download, and Download. So what I created, quick as can be, is 5 banners. So if I really wanted to, I could keep going and do some big ones too, like the large leaderboard, the billboard. Maybe I will do 970 by, maybe I'll do, I can do any of these really. 970 by 90. See, some of the websites don't have the big ones, and some of them don't have all these other ones either. Skyscraper ads too. Those aren't as popular now. I could do a large mobile banner, but I've got 2 mobile and 3 basically for desktop. So that's pretty good for now. So now I'm going to go back to my Google account. I'm not going to do the big leaderboard because I don't think too many people actually have them. So I go choose files to upload. Then I go D drive. I think it's downloads. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I'm going to take these 5. I'm going to upload them. So easy peasy. So there's 728 by 90, 468 by 60, 300 by 50 for mobile, 320 by 50 for mobile, 300 by 250. So that's good. Awesome. So I'm going to create the camp. Oh, actually, let's go add tab group. We're going to create the campaign. Look at that. Need help? Did you see that? Need help? Call. Ha! Imagine they had that on Facebook. Hey, need some help? Call us. We'll help you. Like, my God. Isn't that amazing? All right, so we've got this up and running. I'm going to do my exclusion now. So my exclusion is under audiences, and I want to exclude buyers. So I'm going to hit audiences, exclusions, plus, and I'm going to go exclude audiences. Remember, I created that one of the buyers of, where's the buyers? Where'd you go? Did I not click save on that? All right, Let's go to audiences, tools. I don't think I clicked save. Oh no, there it is. Too small to serve. Maybe that's why it's not showing. Hang on, let's go back here. I want to exclude these guys, so let's try this again. So go to the campaign. This one. Browse, wait, go back. Oh, the interacted website visitors. There it is. Oh yeah, I went to the wrong spot. So I was on recent ones, that's why. To my son, there. So I'm gonna exclude buyers. First and foremost. Too small right now, yeah, I know. Because you don't have any data, but when you get it, it'll be fine. And then within here, I could go to demographics as well. And you can see I already excluded those under the age and the gender. Then I'm going to go to devices. Same thing in here. What I want to do basically is eliminate TV screens. So I want to decrease the bid, which is basically meaning it's not going to show on a TV screen, because I can tell you, I've seen ads on my TV screen on my smart TV, and there's no way in hell I'm going to try and buy from my TV. It's too clunky because you got to use the remote, and it's annoying. And then tablets as well, I'm going to decrease the bid by like 50% on tablets. And mobile, I'm actually going to decrease that, but I'm only going to decrease it by like 40%. So what I'm trying to do is steer all the traffic to a computer. So I do have some mobile banners, so I can leave that in there, and the mobile will show on like tablets too. But I mean, ultimately, when I'm doing this retargeting, I'm hoping that they'll buy from the computer because it's easier and it has the highest conversion rate. So the phones are getting better for conversions, but I think that desktop is still the best way to go. So that's that. What did I miss? Advanced bid, locations, got that. Set, oh, rules. Okay, so we're not just going to let this run blindly. There's two things that are going to happen here. We'll go to ad groups. On the ad groups, well, let's look at placements too. So placements are like where your ads appeared. So if you click this, I don't have any placements, but where ads showed, I could actually see the websites and which ones are getting actual conversions too, which is very cool. So here, and I can look at the ads too. So I can run rules based on basically anything within my account. So if I see an ad that's like getting a lot of clicks but not converting, I could have a rule to shut it off. If I see on my campaign at the ad group level, if I see that the campaign is, or the ad group is like not getting much traffic at all, I can have a rule that will increase the bid for me automatically. So I guess that's the first one I'll show you is that. Let's go here, campaigns. There. So let's go to this one and let's create a rule. So right now in this campaign, this ad group has a bid of 51 cents, but you can see if you come in here like 24 hours later and your ads are approved, but you're not getting any traffic, it's because your bid is too low. So we'll create a rule in here. So we'll go tools, rules. Just open that in a new tab. And under these rules, we'll just say this. We'll click the plus and we'll do an ad group rule. And this will be ad group increase bid if no impressions. We'll do this at midnight. So down here, we'll go to the action, change bid. So we'll change the default max. We will increase the bid by like, I don't know, 10%. To an upper bid limit, we'll say like $10 just to be safe so it doesn't get out of control. And here we can do ad groups and selected accounts, ad groups and selected campaigns. Then we can pick our campaign. Done. and then we can go here under the conditions. We can say if performance for impressions. Go. That's the impressions. Okay. Impressions staring me right in the face is less than 1. Apply. Then we will basically increase the bid on all the ad sets within this campaign. So we'll do this daily at 12 o'clock a.m. using data from all time. So this means this is kind of like our, hey, it's not getting any impressions, so bump the bid. And once it has an impression, this rule won't fire anymore. So we're going to save this rule. And I'm actually going to do a rule, another rule on the ad group level, and I'm going to call this again ad group. Should have copied this. Increase bid if impressions less than 1. And I'll do this at 12 o'clock p.m. So I'll do this at noon as well. So change ad group bids, increase the bid by, so we'll do it twice a day, 10%. Every 12 hours, we'll just be automatically increasing the bid. Campaign, done. And then in here again, we'll just go performance, impressions, less than 1. We'll do this at PM, 12 p.m. All time. Save. There we go. Now, let's do another rule. And this is, we don't really have placement. It's a little bit tricky here. I think it'll fall under placements, I can't remember. Yeah, I think within the ad account, once you have in your display campaign, once you actually have traffic and where the ad showed, you'll see under here, under the placements, you can see where they showed. So we can start seeing if a website is getting a lot of clicks and a lot of costs, but it's just not converting, then we can have a rule to shut it off. So that's a good little safety net here too. So let's call this one placements. Turn off if spent is greater than, say, I don't know, 25 bucks. And conversion is less than 1. Lifetime. Lifetime? No, lifetime. There we go. So we can pick the campaign. Actually, we can do this. Pause the placement. Selected campaigns. This one. Done. And we can add a condition if cost, performance, cost is greater than 25 and conversions is less than 1 lifetime. And again, you can't run rules every 30 minutes in here. You can run them daily, but you could set them to run 30 minutes if you set them to run every 15 minutes if you really want it, but you have to create like rules for each individual one. So I'm just going to run this at midnight, and that's using all time data. Okay, so there we go. Let me copy this. Save. And then we're going to do one more rule at the placement level, and we'll just call this one if it got a sale. So in this case, if conversion is greater than 0 and cost per conversion is greater than, say, I don't know, 30, then we'll shut it off. So we'll do this pause. This is campaigns there, done. And then our condition is this, conversions greater than 0 and conversions cost per conversion is greater than 30. We'll run this at midnight. There. So we got 4 rules going attached to the beautiful campaign here. And what we're going to see now, when we come in here, go here, campaigns, is you're going to see a lot of different stuff. So if you come in here and you look at your campaign and the impressions are 0, then you go into your ad groups and your bid, your impressions are 0 because your bid is too low. So now twice a day, this is going to go up. So day 1, it's going to go from the bid itself. It's going to start at 0.51 times 1.1, which is 10%. It's going to go to 56 at noon, and it's going to go to 61, well, basically 62 at midnight, and then it'll keep going to 67, 75. So you can see this rule does. It like automatically goes in and adjusts the bid upwards if we don't have any impressions on the campaign. So this saves us from a lot of work and a lot of worry, because basically we could just leave this now. We don't really even need to look at it. As long as our ads in here are approved, you can see, look at that, they're approved already. So these will be running like as soon as my bid is high enough to get traffic, basically. So why wouldn't I come in here and just set this bid higher? Like if I'm impatient, or if I, want to really get the rig rolling here, you could start at a higher number than 51 cents. You could start at like $1. But my goal is to get as cheap a clicks as possible when I'm starting up a campaign. So eventually, as this campaign is fed more and more traffic from like my Facebook ads and my Google ads, the cold traffic stuff that I can do on there too, it will just build and build and build. So I can increase the budget, I can increase the bid, and I can be making, I'm like, basically now it's a beautiful setup, because they can go from Facebook and then they go off Facebook and go somewhere else, and they'll still see me smacking them in the face saying, hey, come on back and buy it, come on back and buy it. It's like the Amazon thing. As soon as you go to any listing on Amazon, you automatically get retargeted all around the internet. And that's what we're doing. We're basically mimicking exactly what Amazon does with their retargeting. So it's a great way to scale, because we're going outside of Facebook too. So you can do retargeting campaigns inside Facebook, and you can do them outside Facebook now too. So there you go. I think you guys, yeah, there is training on the forums about retargeting within Facebook, but I don't think I've ever showed outside Facebook except today. So now, this is all great, fine and dandy, but what do you do if you don't have a winner? Well, you go get one. So it could take you 30 tests to find a winner in a niche, if that's what happens. The niche that you're in, dad to son, it works. Okay, I'm making money in it. It works, definitely works. I have other ones that are doing well, but you have to find the winner. So instead of bouncing around from niche to niche to niche, instead of saying, well, I'm going to go to like architects in Iowa who are grandfathers, don't do that. That's just, you're limiting yourself so much when you do that. Stick to the big stuff where the money is being spent and just find the winner. So just say, I'm going to do like 30 test campaigns until I find a winner. If you don't find one at 30 test campaigns, you're doing something wrong, honestly, because there's no way. Most people don't get past like 5 test campaigns before they quit. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I do, but I've been doing it a long time. And no matter what I tell people, they don't seem to believe me until they actually experience it. So if you're struggling with finding a winner, it's because you haven't tested enough. That's it. I mean, we think that everything's black and white, but it's not. And there's a lot of things that we cannot simply control within our ads and within our business and within a lot of things. But what you can control is how much action you take. So if you do 30 tests, you're taking the best stab at this stuff you can. And I mean 30 tests within the same niche, not different niches, not going down to different like tiny little pockets of people. I mean, dad to son, 30 tests, you will find a winner. There's no way you can't. There's no way. Unless you're completely screwing things up, there's no way you can't. And by the time you get to 30, you're going to be a pro at this anyway. So my suggestion, just to reiterate, edit your listing, okay, like now. Put this on there, something to this effect. Don't copy me word for word, but put it in your own words. Just say, we're going to do everything in our power to get you this, but you probably won't. So here's what we suggest you do. Like, we still want your business. Your son will still love it, but you know what? We're just going to be honest with you. You say stuff like that, people love it because now you're not a scammer on the internet. Then go ahead and do your This one? Yeah. Do your CBO 100. When that's working, do a duplicate at 2, then 4, then 8, then add in your retargeting with Google and display ads. I showed you exactly how to do that. So you now have like so much power behind your campaigns, but it's just nuts. There's even more that I do on Google that I haven't really taught anybody yet, but well, teaser, that's coming up for Valentine's Day. So there are some ads in here and some new ad types that I haven't showed anybody yet that I will be showing. And you're going to be like, oh man, why didn't I think of that? Guaranteed. Anyway, let me go through some questions and then we'll kind of close it off. So just so you know, adding the Google snippet doesn't work if you're using a GB Pro store. Oh, well, that sucks. So I would just do it the way I do it then. I don't use, like, I'm not teaching the Pro store. I can't speak for them. I can only speak for what works for my stuff. And that's going direct. That's how I do it. So I'm sorry it doesn't work for them. But it's weird that it wouldn't. But what percentage of your POD sales these days come from Facebook versus Google? Facebook's the bulk of it right now, only because I haven't been banned again yet. As soon as I'm banned, I'm going 100% to Google. I just like to keep things simple. Will appreciate that you're doing things in Canva. My choice, super easy. Do things in my mind. Now that you're expanding your use of it, you're happily teaching me things and decreasing my learning curve. Have you done any changes like from a source file? Ooh, no, I haven't done the source file thing yet. I'm like Photoshop still mainly, but I love Canva for some stuff that I can't do in Photoshop. So I'll get to the source file stuff. But yeah, I do like Canva. It's pretty cool. This is gold. Thank you. Can't wait to watch the replay and build this stuff. Right on. Awesome. Love it. Struggling at about 15 campaigns and haven't found a winner. So go for 30. Yes, go for 30. And okay, if you're at 15 and you're struggling, post your losers. So I want to see your design. I want to see your listing. I want to see your ad campaign. Like, post it in the forums. That's what it's there for. Like, if you're not making money on that thing anyway, post it and let's all learn from it. So I can go in and say, okay, well, here, this needs to be adjusted. This is wrong. You could do this different. Here's an idea. Like, that's where you give me the stuff and then I'll go through it and feed it. Because I can look at a campaign, I can look at a design, I can look at everything and I can go, all right, well, here's what I think. And then that will help you avoid spending more and more money to try and figure it out on your own. But I love doing that. I love doing like reviews of campaigns and reviews of designs on the forums. But if there are some people that will like email me and they'll email me like 10 designs and 10 campaigns and they'll go, can you go through these? I'm like, holy crap, yeah, post it on the forums. And then they won't post it on the forums. So take one that you're like, you know what, this one was close, but not quite. Post it on the forums. The more detail I have, the better, because if I don't have the detail I'm looking for, I'm going to ask for it anyway, which will slow down the process. So screenshots of campaigns, screenshots of listings and how you did it. And then that will allow me to really help you. Because if you've done 15 and you haven't really hit anything, you're probably 1 or 2 tweaks away from getting it right. So you're just kind of off by a little, and it's usually something dumb that we can fix very easily. So we can do that. All right, regarding Facebook, have you seen inconsistent days this last week? Yeah, 100%. Oh my God. The Facebook roller coaster of the past week has been like absolutely bonkers. It's been ridiculous. And I think it's due to people being on the fence about whether to buy or not. So I think the traffic is there. I think brands are dumping money in. I think everybody's, advertisers are trying to squeeze the last little drop out of this, but then the buyers they're loving the stuff, but they may or may not be buying because then as soon as they get to the page, they're like, well, oh, this isn't Amazon Prime. I can't get it tomorrow. Well, I'm not buying it then. So I think that's what's going on right now. So I actually, honestly, I've shut down most of my prospecting campaigns and I just have retargeting running the past 2 days, just because we're at the deadline here. I mean, I'm going to turn back on the prospecting as we hit closer, well, definitely at the 25th and beyond, but I haven't stopped running things completely. It's just that I have not doing the big volume, like the $5,000 or $4,000 days or whatever I was spending for the past like month or so. I'm not doing that right now. I turned my spend down, way down, just because of that. Form as well, but Facebook. Oh, the iOS and the pixels. Oh yeah, I'll go in the forums. I'll answer that one. I mean, changes always happen. We just have to adjust, adapt, and move forward. In the future, can you teach us how to add customers to an email list? I think I have one in there. Let me check through the challenges, but yeah, I can. Yep. We'll try. They're evergreen. Yes, these are evergreen. You can still absolutely run these for Valentine's Day and everything else. I noticed on Facebook, if I don't get at least 2 to 3 sales by 8 a.m. Eastern, it's going to be a bad day and I'll lose money. Oh, by 8 a.m. Wow. It's weird because prior to the fourth quarter, my mornings would be the best. And then afternoons would kind of, break even or even lose a little. And then the evenings would be great. And then, well, not great. Like mornings would be the best. Evenings would be good. Afternoons would be meh. And then early morning, like before like 4 o'clock in the morning would stink. So I saw that pattern going, and then the pattern shifted to in the fourth quarter, it seemed that mornings were okay, nothing great. Afternoons I would always lose, and then evenings I make everything back up and more. So I don't know why in the fourth quarter it did that, but that's the pattern that I saw with my sales on Facebook. I don't get it. I don't know why, but that's just the way it went. Alrighty, so I'm going to close off with that. I'll get this replay up and running so you guys can definitely go through and get your retargeting up on Google Display, which is super powerful. You guys are going to love this. And when you combine it with Canva, oh man, it's so easy to do. I don't know why more people aren't doing this, but you guys are now going to be doing something that basically 99% of the other print-on-demand guys aren't doing because everybody's so stuck on Facebook ads. So this is a nice way to expand. All right, I'm going to close off with that. If you have any questions in the forums, next one is going to be Valentine's Day, which is also like second Christmas is what I call it. All right, so it's a good time, a real good time, especially in the girlfriend, engaged, husband to wife. Those niches just rock and roll for Valentine's Day. All right, we'll see you soon. Have a great day. Talk to you later.